Hey folks, welcome to THEA 210, Oral Interpretation, Bridgewater State University. I'm Tom Key, I'm your professor for this course. This video is designed to just give you a quick orientation to the course layout in Blackboard Ultra. Not my favorite learning management system, but one that we are using, and one that we hopefully can be mutually successful in navigating. So this is sort of the landing space as it is. I'm going to jump right in and just sort of show you where things are and point out a couple of highlights about things that you should be mindful of. So course information, that is a big one. You are watching this. The syllabus is here. You click on the name in Blackboard Ultra, you click on the title and that takes you to the page usually. Course schedule. This is a really super important document. I'm going to take you to a version of the course schedule rather than the one that's in there because I haven't updated that one yet. Here is the somewhat updated, although these dates aren't actually correct, version of the course schedule. You will see that in the course schedule, we have the module number, the dates that the modules run, the activities, and the assignments. It also says all work is due by 11:59 p.m., the last day of the module, unless otherwise stated. So all of these and that are due by whatever that second date is. Obviously, it's not going to be September 10th, or maybe it will be for you, depending on when you're watching this video. Second unit, you can see, okay? What you will find in assignments is occasionally a date that says no later than 11:59 p.m. on blah, blah, blah date. Generally, that is for discussions. You are going to be asked to enter the discussion mid-module and be able to, so that everybody doesn't enter the discussion at the end of the unit, obviously. So there'll be an internal deadline there. Other than that, for discussions and rehearsal postings, those will be the times that you have internal deadlines. Other than that, all work will be due by 11:59 p.m. on the last day of the module. Okay? Course schedule is pretty simply laid out. Goes down to the final exam. You have 3 days to complete your final exam when the time comes. Okay? After the course schedule, the criteria video for discussions, that goes into a lot of detail about the general dynamics of discussions in the class. It's pretty simple, and I'm not going to reiterate it in this video. The rubric just restates all that. This is my contact information. So as you work through the course, you will be getting, you will see announcements. Announcements will be emailed to you, reminders that this module has started, but none of that is required. You should be following along in the course schedule as to where you are, what the date is, and when things. I recommend pulling up the course schedule and just putting it into your calendar, individual calendar, that this, and this. The reason I don't bother to put it into a calendar for the course that reminds you is, one, that's really your responsibility. Two, lots of things get blocked. You get enough things from BSU. You don't need a whole nother set of reminders. However you like to remind yourself through your calendar system is really the best methodology for getting yourself reminded of what the dates are. So just put the starting date or the end date of the module in, and that'll kind of keep you on track. Obviously, the starting date's right after the end date, so I usually just put the end dates of the module in to my calendar. Okay, so we move down to Module 1. Module 1's really simple. It's just about reading and viewing a lot of different materials and then taking the quiz. Okay, second unit is where you really get into the business of presenting, and a really important part of this is that you are getting your videos put together in the manner that is required for the course. And that is simply stated that we can see you completely from head to toe. You're not miles back from the camera, but we can see you from head to toe. So you're not close enough to the camera that you could use material to assist you if you were supposed to be memorized. Also, that's really important, and I'm going to say this a million times. It's really important because then you present with your whole body. It's really important because there's a lot of settings in which you are going to be on camera presenting to a live audience, but also being zoomed or streamed in training and conferences in your professional life. This is excellent training for that. I offer one example in the instructions. And like it or not, that's the deal. So if you're uncomfortable streaming yourself and you don't want to be on camera, then you'll need to take another class. There is no other way for us to do it. This is the absolute best way to accomplish it. It eliminates a lot of nonsense about people trying to use assistive material, not memorizing, not being physically present, not being vocally on their voice. It gets rid of all that nonsense. So this is the way it is. It is university approved, and if you don't want to do it, you'll need to take the class in some other modality. No harm, no foul, but that's the deal. Okay, so you've heard it here, you've seen it in the syllabus, and you'll see it in those instructions in Module 2, so it shouldn't be a surprise to you if it comes along. There is one assignment that is audio only, that's a podcast. All other assignments require you to be on video and stream them on the internet and submit as a link, not as a video file that I have to download, not one uploaded to the server. The servers can't handle all of that. There's tons of streaming services that can be streamed for free. There's plenty of opportunity for you to do that so that only you and me will see the video without having a private link that I have to subscribe to. All of these details are in the instructions. Read them very carefully. They are part of the requirement of the course, okay? I can't emphasize that too much. So this unit is very much about just getting on page with that, getting a sense of when you've interpreted material, like whether you've read something in church or temple or at the another religious ceremony of some kind. There's a lot of settings in which we might interpret something. You might read a poem at a holiday thing. You might just get up and make a toast at a family gathering, okay? All of those are oral interpretation moments if you are interpreting material that's written. Otherwise, they might just be extraneous speeches. In this particular case, we're going to have you get up, talk about one of your passions in just a completely impromptu speech. You are not going to introduce yourself. You can state your name, but other than that, we don't want to know your background. We don't know what your major is, what brought you to BSU. That absolutely should not be included in the video, and you'll be graded down if it is. Read the instructions carefully. It's just you talking about your passion, nothing else. And again, there's really important reasons for that, and that's all stated in the instructions. Module 3 is about the poetry, is a poetry piece. 4, the podcast. 5 is an inform me piece. 6 is a persuasive piece. So this is a university requirement. A lot of the things that are embedded in it are things that we need you to come out of Bridgewater being able to do. And so there's a certain level of inflexibility about getting around any of it, okay? So please read the directions carefully. Commit to reading directions. Commit to communicating with me. If you send me an email and I don't get back to you right away, send me another one. Also, by the way, my phone number is in there. You can text me. There's hours in there. You can call me. We can have a Zoom session. There is no reason that we cannot be in very, very close communication throughout your study, and that is my commitment to you. Otherwise, you wouldn't see all of these resources. I've been teaching this course for a very long time, and I've had a very close relationship with my online students, one that really approximates a live course, I think, as much as you possibly can, and that's my goal. The other little detail that I want to mention is, although I do want to hear from you whenever you have questions, you cannot send assignments to me through email or submit links to me for assignments. The reason is we all know that emails get lost. Emails get buried in spam. You can have a conversation that's like 5, 6 emails into a chain. All of a sudden your spam folder decides to suck in the 7th communication. I don't know what the logarithm of all that is, but it makes emailing anything that's critical absolutely impossible. Everything has to be submitted in the course. Every time you submit a presentation, it will need to be in the assignment area. You will never be submitting presentations in their final form in the discussion forum. So if you don't submit it in the assignment area, it will not be graded. You will not get credit for it. That is so important. So just put it in the back of your mind. If I'm doing a presentation, even though I may put a rehearsal up in the discussion forum, ultimately I'm going to have to submit it in the assignment area. If I have trouble figuring out the assignment area, I'm going to need to get in touch with Tom and figure it out, and I'll be right there to help you. Okay? I'm really glad to have you in the course. I hope to get a chance to have a personal connection with each of you, and it's possible, and I hope we can. Some of you will just kind of glide through it, and I won't get to know you too well, but that's not all bad either. Okay. Thank you.